Hi, Mr. Brown.
Yes.
Hi, this is Elisy with Jim Adler. How are you?
Good. Hi, Elisy. How are you?
I'm well. I wanted to give you a call to follow up with you and give you status on your case. I did get your email that you sent me last with the recording from the ultrasound that you had on April the 1st.
Uh-huh.
And I did listen to that. I wanted to follow up with you on that. And what did Dr. Siddiqui tell you?
So he pretty much brought me into his conference room, and he said, I don't know. No one's giving me the right answer. He's saying the scar tissue, it would never move. But if it's scar tissue, right, now it's permanent in my leg, then why did it go from 100% blockage now to a trickle? So something moved in that clot, right? So I don't know. I mean, he's really hard to understand, and I just pick up bits and pieces. I mean, without an interpreter or somebody to sit there in the office with me and then say, hey, look, what's really going on my leg? Now, I mean, from what I was reading online, my clots came from an injury, and it's now I'm thinking about having PST or PTS. I'm not sure where the clot is not chronic, but now it's bonded to my veins. I mean, does that mean I'm always going to have swelling in my leg now? I have a lot of tough questions I don't know the answers to, so I don't know. He didn't say much. He just, because the ultrasound technician was worried that I was doing exercising, the type of exercising, and she said that she wouldn't do that if she was in my shoes. So.
Right, yeah, I heard that on the recording. So what is the next step, or what is the doctor recommending? Because are you still doing the physical therapy at Concentra?
I've been doing the physical therapy at Baylor Scott and White. I refuse to do it at Concentra because Concentra is not at the level that needs to be, I think, to care for somebody in my condition. So I have 4 more weeks of PT, one day a week. I was pulling teeth to get that, but I finally got that. And then I did go back to the Concentra doctor, and he wrote me up a paper from Amazon. He said, because I flat out asked him, I said, why am I seeing you again? You called me up and told me that you were not qualified to handle me, someone in my case. And then within 3 hours of that visit, I got an email from my Amazon case manager. He goes, well, that doctor is just to see your ankle. You have a specialist to see your blood clots. Yeah, he goes, and I don't know why they sent you back to that one. Back to the Concentra doctor. So he's a little flustered with that because that's not how it should work. So.
And at Baylor Scott and White, are you going through your health insurance?
No, everything's so far, knock on wood, been paid through the Amazon stuff.
Amazon. Okay.
But
I'll make sure to request those records from Baylor Scott as well then.
Okay. And I have not been to work. I had a letter from your office, and I filled all that stuff out. I need to send that to you. But, I've been out for work since December. So.
Oh, right, for the lost wages. Yeah, you can send all that, later on once everything is done with. So, and you said you have how many 4 weeks left with the physical therapy?
Yeah, so they only do like 5 sessions at a time. So I told them, I said, well, just go ahead and do it every Wednesday at 3, so that way I can do some stuff at home and try to. See, this is what I've been doing. I've been taking it on my own, and I've been reaching out to my friends who are also PT physical therapists and asking them. I said, what should I do? Give me some exercises so I can make sure that my leg's getting better. So I've been doing that, and then I have 4 more days left at PT, which will end at the end of the month.
Oh, 2 more. Okay.
Well, It ends on May 19th, so I have 4 more.
May 19th. Okay, yeah, that'll be 4.
Yes.
Okay. And then what about with the specialist, Dr. Siddiqui? Do you have any follow-ups?
I do. So he scheduled me a follow-up in 2.5 months from now. That's for another ultrasound.
Okay. So it'll be like by the end of June?
Right.
Okay. And so I wanted to give you an update. I got a response from Anchor Risk. Let me pull up, because remember I told you that we were going to be sending them a strong liability letter, basically letting them know that they need to give us an answer regarding their liability.
Right.
So pretty much, well, it was Byron McBride that responded. He's a claim manager. He did explain about the claim that's open through the Texas Care Employee Benefit Plan. And then in regards to the liability, he said, admission of negligence and or liability by Amazon will not be addressed or responded to at this time. So I have forwarded this to the attorney so he can, look at it and review it and, recommend on how we'll move forward from this. There's some times that insurance companies do, they don't verbally or, note it down on record that they're accepting responsibility, but they do work with negotiating to settle the claim. So this is kind of what I'm getting from them. But I'll have the attorney, make that call and make a recommendation on how we'll proceed. He does decide to, just wait out to submit the demand and see if he can negotiate with them. Then, we'll continue and wait for you to complete the therapy that you have left, and also the follow-up with the specialist, to see what they'll be recommending for you. And then once you're released from the treatment, we'll move forward and submit a demand to them so the attorney can negotiate.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the questions I had is, from what I'm reading online, this is something that, what happens in 4 to 5 years whenever, if a piece breaks off or,
Yeah, so it depends because there's in the state of Texas, the statute of limitation is 2 years, meaning you have 2 years to file suit against them. And so from there, it can take up, another 2 years, depending on the case. But the attorney, he'll keep monitoring, and I'm going to wait to see what he responds to the letter. Let me know what he wants to do. Let's say, at some point it is getting closer to the 2-year statute of limitation, then that's when, he'll decide, let's go ahead and, file suit. Because who knows how much longer you're going to be treating for as well.
Well, yeah, it's not like 2 years from now. I was thinking, like, what happens if we settlement with Amazon, and then, a few years later I need ultrasounds and stuff like that again. I mean, are we going to, would we take that in consideration and say, hey, look, for future references, we're going
to... So whenever, we submit a demand, the attorney asks, and also this will be in the doctor's report. So as long as it's listed in the doctor reports that you will need future medical treatment, that is something that the attorney uses when he's negotiating, to get the most that he can out of them. That way you have something in your pocket for, 2-3 years from now. You need to get more ultrasounds, you can do that.
Okay. And then the guy that ran over my foot, he's no longer there. Since, I think 2 months ago, within that time period, other employees filed paperwork or something against him too, because he almost ran into him. So, I mean, do you guys need that information, or, do you want?
No, but what do you have? Like, you have the paperwork that they filed against them?
I can ask the other associates for a copy of their paperwork that they filed, because they raised their hand too. So I guess I'm not the only one.
Right. Yeah. I'll make a note of that and see if the attorney needs that. That is, important, obviously, into the negligence, because obviously, why are they going to keep having? Well, good thing they fired him already.
Right.
But for them to have kept him, and obviously, he was not being careful.
Right. And then,
that does fall on Amazon.
I don't know how long they keep the video footage. So that's something you guys may want to acquire then too, because
we sent preservation of evidence letters to them, so they do have it. So they can't tamper with any of those evidence.
Okay, all right. Just wanted to touch bases on that too, because it clearly shows. Because I was in there in the care clinic. He goes, "Wow, he almost hit you there too." So there's a few times where he came real close of hitting me. Before he actually ran over my foot. So that's something that you can point out. Okay.
Okay, then. So I'll let you know what the attorney responds. I actually am going to be meeting with him next week just to review all the cases. And I'll follow up with him on this letter to see if he wants to. Because we do have litigation attorneys, so if he thinks that it's best to go ahead and file suit now, or we want to wait a little bit, I'll let you know what he recommends. Okay.
Okay. And then I will continue to record any interaction I have with them, and then I'll just start sending you updates. Usually weekly, but if I don't see a doctor within a week, then I'll on next appointment, then I'll upload, keep you updated.
Okay. All right, then. Well, thank you so much for your time, Mr. Brown, and we'll keep in touch, okay?
Okay. Have a great day. Thank you for calling me back.
Thank you. You too. Okay. Bye-bye.
And that's 4:22 at 3:18 p.m. Got the phone with Elisy from my attorney. And the phone number she called me from is 214-442-5057. Once again, it's 422-2821.